Hi, I'm Scott from Finishing Touch Carpentry. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple floating shelf. I'm going to start with this chunk of dock board from an old weir on Lake Superior. I've cut it to length, planed it down, and then I'm going to use these blind shelf supports from Lee Valley. And I'll show you how to make a simple but really effective floating shelf. Thanks for watching. These dock timbers are left over from a previous job where I had to plane them down to get the look I was after. Otherwise I would have left them natural. One of the things I learned in that project is that if you combine dark brown or any color brown stain, let it dry, and then cover it with white, it turns gray. And so this is my plan for these floating shelves, is to get that barn board gray look that'll match the timber. And you'll see how this turns out after I apply the white. I'm using the heat gun throughout this process just so I can speed up the drying process because there's so many layers to do. As this white stain starts to dry, you can really see how this changes the color from brown to a real nice gray. The next step is to apply a product called Finitec. It goes on milky white and dries clear, and it's a self-leveling product, water-based, and it really does a nice job of sealing up these floating shelves. In total, I'm going to do about 3 coats of Finitec with a light sanding with 320 paper between the second and third coat. This is Thunder Bay, Ontario, the city I live in with my wife, our 3 adult children and their spouses, and 6 grandchildren. Of course, not all in the same house. But we really enjoy living here. It's a beautiful city. I think it's one of the nicest places in the province. And you can see here, this is the Sleeping Giant. It's visible from Hillcrest Park. I'm installing these floating shelves at my daughter Erin's place. And she's a frequent flyer on Pinterest and YouTube, and has always got some great ideas for me. The method I use for installing these blind shelf supports is to mark the level line of the middle of the shelf, and then also the center of the studs into which you're going to install the plates. The middle hole on the plate is where that rod is going to get threaded with a set screw. So I simply put that on the intersection of the 2 lines, and then I use a self-centering drill bit to mark my pilot holes for the 2-inch screws that I'm going to put into a wall stud. And both of those screws should seat nice into the stud if you do it this way.
That's okay. All right.
Oh. Put that on the X, the hole there. Go like this.
You don't have a bit in.
Yeah, it's
Oh, sorry.
that's okay. Next, I'm going to lay out where my holes need to be drilled in the back of the shelf for the blind supports. Rather than do a bunch of measuring, I just lay the shelves on top of the supports and mark them underneath on masking tape so I can lay out my holes before I drill. After I lay out my holes, I use a spring-loaded center punch to make a little divot in the back of the shelf so my drill bit will start easier and more accurately. I'm using a 7/16 drill bit, which is what the plans call for, and it's a little bit longer than normal, so you have to get in there about 5 inches or so.
Right on. Like butter.
Okay. I'm a member of Makers Mob, an international online group of makers that get together and share their ideas with some great instruction from YouTube people like Samurai Carpenter and Jimmy DiResta, John Peters, and many others. It's really a good way to increase your abilities. Well, I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did. If you found this video beneficial, click the like sign and also subscribe, and that will allow me to make many more videos. I have lots in the works. Thanks for watching.